cup of black coffee. Cream soda is so good, man. And I don't know, it doesn't, I feel like when it comes to tier lists, cream soda doesn't even crack the top 5, but it's really a top 1. All right, let me turn on the pog meter. Before we get dialed here, Zero Cross, thanks for the baker's dozen. Big Bad Rigs, thanks for the 7 months. Von Shy for the 6 months. Enjoy your white gold chain. I'm feeling this song. Sounds like Zach Morris. There we go. Drum Crumb, thanks for the gifted sub. Blonde Wolf, thanks for the 3 months. Not Dead Red, thanks for the 5 months. And Ethicize, thanks for the 30 months. Baron McLaughlin, thank you for the rare air P space 2 spam in the chat for 5 months. Appreciate the over the top long term support. And Brython, thanks for the 4 months of Prime. Appreciate the support. We need 3 goals today, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, STN Bond, thanks for continuing the gift sub from VRAT. Now, with that being said, let us dial in. Let me get rid of Mouses Without Borders.
Welcome, brand new subscriber.
Yo, Bevloy, thanks for the 2 months of Prime. I think we go right to 596. Maybe we bring some, or I think maybe we bring some sauce with us. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to establish the foundation. I don't know how, with what, how, or why of 596. We can make nether bricks. You know, I just know I don't want to have a ton of we'll have a tower, but I want it to be like a ranch, right? Sprawling ranch. How do we make nether stuff? How do you make nether brick? You gotta smelt it. Gotta cook it. Okay. So let that burn. But when I say ranch, I don't mean like a horse ranch. I mean like the house style ranch. You know what I mean? So let's we have food. We have all the tools we need. I just don't want to leave without all the tools. Not like the salad dressing. More like the it's like a floor plan of just it's a 1-story floor plan. All right. So let's see if we get some free levels. Can we do anything with that brick? Ooh, I just think that may be a little too dark for what we're looking for. I was wondering if we were to do it in redstone blocks, can you light that up, or is that not possible? I don't know. I don't have an answer. It's lit up by default. All right, let's go. So let us go to, ooh, not smooth stone, smooth stone. Cut sandstone. I think we definitely got to go with like a red motif. With maybe like, we could maybe do some like gold. What the heck happened here? What is this? Do not dig. How do we get back to where we were? Where is our entrance? Mob spawner. Mob spawner. I thought it was a pretty straight shot. DG's base. You know what? Thank you. Whoever did that, thank you. I'll let you know. Look, you got the aqua drip on the way to our house. Very calming. Donkey, 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 donkey.
Oh, he's doing an intro. I see.
Top of the morning to you, Sips.
Hey, what's up? Holy crap, you scared the crap out of me. How you doing?
Okay, then my goal here has been complete.
Nice. How are you?
I am I'd say strong to quite strong. How about you?
I would say I've had a couple of ups and downs today so far, but mostly ups. And I don't want to talk about the downs.
Well, tell me about what the biggest up was.
The biggest up probably was when okay. I can't think of any real ups today. Actually, today has been like a bit of a mess. The first thing that happened to me, okay, I know I said I didn't want to talk about the downs either, but I'm going to tell you about them. The first thing that happened to me today was I had to go do some grocery shopping, okay?
That's something you do every day, though.
Well, yeah, like the essentials every day, but every once in a while we do need to like go and get like, you know,
more
stuff.
More
yeast, like I had to buy some soup in like tins and stuff that we can like hang on to for like a rainy day or whatever. Anyway, so I went to go do my grocery shopping. Drove over there, got everything that was on the list. I did, like, my wife just like does the list and just says like, oh, do you mind going? And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll go. So I took like my kids.
Well, real quick, do you actually? But you kind of mind going?
No, I don't really mind actually.
A little bit of mind, tiny bit of mind.
No, unless there's like some hassle involved. I don't mind. And so there was a little bit of hassle today, which I'm getting to right now.
Okay.
I got there. I did all my grocery shopping. The store is a bit of a mess because of COVID. So there's like all these one-way systems and stuff. And like, I mean, we have to wear masks anyway, but like, you know, you have to wear your mask. And then you have to follow this one-way system. So you're not like free to browse like you normally would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, you know, you forget to get something and then it's just easy to go back into the aisle that you forgot it in and get it. But with this, you have to go all the way around the store and pass like the cash registers and everything, and then join like the one-way system again. It's garbage. Anyway, so I had to do that a couple of times. Finally got to like the cash register, the checkout, and you know, my stuff was like going through. I was packing it all up into bags and stuff. And then the guy's like, is that it? I was like, yeah. And he's like, okay, then the total is like whatever.
Well, what is the whatever? If you had to like ballpark, $3,000.
Oh no, it was like
5,000.
Today. It was like 75 pounds.
Okay.
So that's like, I don't know, $90 or something.
Okay.
Maybe a bit more than that. So I'm like, okay, go to get my wallet. It's not there.
So then I realized. Then you just go, hey, put it on my tab.
I just didn't bring my wallet to the grocery store. I just simply did not even think to bring my wallet with me. So I had to ask them to hold the load of groceries, and I had to drive all the way home, get my wallet. And then this guy, I don't know if you can hear this right now, but there's a guy outside pressure washing like my whole house. He was here. He was like blocking up the driveway and stuff. So I was trying to get in, and he was like, oh, we're going to pressure wash this, that, and the other. And I was like, just you know, get on with it, okay? I'm trying to get my wallet here. I got to go back and get my grocery shopping and stuff. And like, man, it's just been a whole day of hassle for me.
Well, you know what cures all that?
What?
Dadcraft.
Yeah, you're right. You know, actually, it feels pretty good to just be doing this really mundane task that I'm working on right now.
Can I ask you something? A couple things. One, you didn't say, like, to me, that's like the rare perfect setup in life where there's like, just put it on my tab. You didn't hit him with that?
No, because like I was like, my brain was like very quickly trying to think if there was some sort of way I could like open a tab or like get some store credit like on the fly or whatever.
Yeah.
And I went through all the options, and my brain was like, nah, there's no way you're getting away with this one. You're just gonna have to go get your wallet.
Okay, part two, second question. You don't have like a singular credit card linked to your phone, like Apple Pay or something like that?
No, I've never really bothered to do that. Like, it's just, I know I probably should, but I don't know. I have stuff on my phone, but I try to limit like what I do on my phone. You know what I mean? Just
Why?
in case, like, well, I don't know, man. Like, what if like Russia's listening? You know, I don't want them to know like what I'm buying and all my details, and they might steal like my MP3s and stuff. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, like memes aside, do you really care?
no, I don't. I'm just lazy. I haven't set it up.
Yeah, I'm just saying from like dad to dad. I'm not a big Apple Pay guy, but I'll tell you what, I've reached in the back pocket and I've been in your scenario. I'm like, man, I wish I had my wallet, but then you just
Right.
it's the rare time where you're like, all right, hey.
I know. And like normally I'm really sort of like I usually put my wallet like in my back pocket, and I do that thing where you subtly check like every once in a while, like, is my wallet still there? You know what I mean?
Give it the
like,
tappy. Give it the old tappy.
you just give it a little tap just
Yeah.
to check. Like, I'm always doing that. But I think this whole year with COVID and everything has just thrown everything into such a weird spot where I don't go out as much. So like I'm not doing my tapping as much and stuff. So maybe I'm just like getting, I don't know. Maybe I'm losing it a bit, you know?
No, I understand. You know, it's as a dad, you're like, hey, you're juggling a lot, and sometimes your wallet gets left out. I'm a three tapper. I go wallet, keys, phone. If I got
Right.
that feels right. You know, if you get 2 out of 3
Yeah.
taps, it doesn't feel right.
What do you put? You don't put your phone in your back pocket though, do you?
No, I hit him with the SB.
What's that?
If you look at it from the front, if you're wearing like tight jeans or something, you get a
Right.
square bulge
Yeah.
around the
square
phone.
bulge.
Yeah,
Right,
around
yeah.
the phone.
You like the square? Yeah, I like that's good. That's good. I mean, phones are big too, right? So you do tend to get those square bulges.
Yeah.
There's no avoiding them.
I mean, for you, do you have like a Omega phone or you have like a normie size phone?
No, I just like have an iPhone. You know, like I think it's like
Plus?
an iPhone 6 or something. It's like old now. I should probably get a new one, but
Hey, does it work?
it works. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. People phone me on it. I still don't want to talk to them. It doesn't really matter what phone you have, in that case, I guess. And you know, I get my emails hooked up to it. I get emails from people. I still ignore them the same. Like, it doesn't matter what what version of the phone you have.
I got some
that
I got some high level dad stuff for you.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So
Yeah.
whenever you get to a point where your email, I did it this past weekend. You go to your inbox, select all, delete. If it's important, they'll email you back.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, my mom does this thing. I don't know if your mom does this too, but anytime something goes wrong, she phones me. But she lives 8,000 miles away. So I'm just like, why are you phoning me? I can't do anything about this. Like, surely there's somebody more important that you could phone to tell about this, like an ambulance or maybe like a plumber or something like that. Why me? Of all people. It's just like a weird thing, right? I don't know. It's like
Maybe
old
she
people and
miss
phones.
maybe she misses your tender voice.
Yeah, maybe she misses my caring, loving, loving voice and attitude and just general outlook as well. I think, yeah. She just misses and loves me. Right.
When's the
okay.
last time you've been like home?
It was probably like 2 years ago. I took my kids like to Canada for the first time, like to like Ottawa where I grew up, and it was good. It was good fun. Like, my parents don't live there anymore, but they were there. My brother still lives there, so you know they traveled over from like around Vancouver. They kind of live like that end of the country, and we had a nice time. It was really good.
What's your
Kids
brother's
got to
YouTube channel?
He doesn't have one. He never got into it. He's not that kind of guy, you know?
What does that kind of guy mean?
Well, he's not a YouTube guy. He doesn't do it.
What does he think about you YouTubing?
Oh, he hates it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
You ever tell stories
Can't
about
get-
him?
Can't get any sense out of him. No, not really. Like,
Did you guys fight a lot as kids or no? Did you?
no, not at all. We were like, there was like a 6-year difference. So like,
You're older.
I'm older, yeah. So we used to like, I don't know, like when we were like when he was like say 7 and I was like 11 or 12 or whatever, we used to like, I was still like kind of into like, playing with Star Wars toys or whatever, like at a push,
Yeah.
And that was fine. And like he was just getting into playing Nintendo and stuff, which I was like really into. And so that was fine. But as we got older, like when I got into my teens and stuff, like I didn't bother anymore. Like barely ever talked to him. I was just out all the time too, like as much as I could be, sort of thing,
Like doing bad kid stuff, like smoking in school.
Well, not so much that, but like kinda, but you know what I mean? Like, when you're a teenager and you just like kinda, you would just want to be like out all the time, like hanging out with your friends or going to the mall or like, I don't know, like walking around,
Yeah, you didn't want him to like
outside.
jock your style, like get in the way.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like this younger brother who's like, you know, talking about Pokemon and stuff like that. And I'm trying to,
I know what you're gonna say.
trying to develop some street cred out there,
Yeah.
Jeez.
So you don't like,
Sweet.
so you don't have like a brother craft server where you play with your brother?
No. He plays console games though, like a lot. I think he played Skyrim on like the PlayStation or something.
Yeah, that's like your wheelhouse. I've seen your channel trailer.
Yeah. So I mean, I spoke to him about Skyrim at one point, but like, I wouldn't say that we're like super close, but at the same time, we live so far away too, right? You're bound to kind of not be.
Do you ever play console game? Like what console games does he play?
I don't know really. I think he just plays like, whatever kind of AAA stuff comes out. Like
Would you
he
say
played,
normie
like, The
games?
Last of Us and stuff. Well, I don't know. Is The Last of Us a normie game, do you think?
The Last of Us is the first one is the only thing you can talk about in my channel. Well, that's not true.
Right.
You'll get instant banned.
Right. Okay.
It just, did you play it? The first one?
No.
Okay, then good. Then you know
Is
what?
Is it good or
No,
not
it's
really?
it's like they just made it so they can make a sequel. Like they had a chance to do something special. Like this is the only thing you'll hear me get fired up about. But they didn't. They just went for sequel.
Wait, so you can get fired up about this?
This is the only thing I get mad about because when I played it, I'm like, oh, this is a good game, and then the ending, you're like, well, they just did that so they could have a sequel.
Right.
Which is not, I just don't.
Not good in your book.
Well, it's like it's okay, but I think that combined with the fact it is like at the time everyone's like, oh, this is the greatest game of all time, and you're like, no, it's just a hipster ending. Like that's why people like it's a hipster ending.
I never played that game, or maybe I tried it briefly. I think maybe I did like a kind of like one-off, like to check it out, and I never continued playing it. I feel like that's the one? It's like a zombie one, right? And you're a guy, but your daughter is lost or something.
Yeah, I mean, like the fact that you got bored with it confirms that we'll be friends.
Well, no, I mean, I'd love to say that I got bored with it, but actually, when I got to the level where I went into the city and into the I went into the city and I went into the one building and I could hear like some moving around, and I was just like, nope, I'm done. I just stopped playing.
What do you mean, nope, you're done?
It was just a bit scary. Like I just didn't like it.
Have you ever played Five Nights at Freddy's?
No, I never have actually.
You'd like that.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's really. I mean, I wouldn't classify it as good. I'd say it's good (parentheses content), but it's a challenge for sure.
Right.
Do you like challenging games?
I mean, yeah. Like depending. Like, what do you mean? Challenging in terms of like poorly designed gameplay mechanics that you have to sort of like, slog through. Challenging, or like you have to really like use your mind, body, and soul to solve the puzzles and stuff.
Not so much puzzles, but like to me, like the quintessential, like what's like a Ottawa word for good wood? Like the
Good
best.
wood.
Yeah, like resistance or something.
Well, resistance, I think means something different, but good wood, you'd probably just say like pretty good.
Pretty good.
Great.
Is like the Dark Souls. To me, that's wheelhouse. That's greatness.
Wait, you like Dark Souls?
Oh
I've never
yeah.
really played Dark Souls either.
Well, I don't know your. I mean, I went through. I reacted to yesterday your
Right.
hardcore Minecraft deaths.
Oh yeah, what'd you think?
You know, I felt some of them. I felt like the one that
Yeah.
got me was the one when you were digging like a mine, and then there was like one block deep, and then you fell in the lava.
Yes.
And you're like, how could this happen? And then I heard like Coldplay playing in the background, and I felt bad for you.
Wait, what Coldplay song did? Oh, that must have been back in the day when we could actually play music on stream.
No, it wasn't. I mean, I heard it in my head. I didn't really hear it on the video.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
How could it happen to me? Yeah, that's
yeah, I know what you mean now. If you're looking for more of my content to react to, Dan, I think chat are probably just having a quick look because we were talking about The Last of Us. You should check out some videos of me playing or trying to play Resident Evil 7.
Is that the VR one?
I don't know. I mean, I certainly did.
Why do you get like really
VR.
scared?
Yeah.
Well,
I was petrified. I just couldn't cope. I was pulling out all the stops, everything I can think of to sort of lighten the mood. I had like clown music playing in the background. I was like pausing it. I had my hoodie on with my hands over my face. Like I just couldn't do it. I had to stop playing in the
like
end.
was that for content or was that real?
No, that was real. I mean, I wouldn't fake that at all. I was actually a little bit scared. Like I'm just not good with games like that. I tried, but I just couldn't do it.
To me, that's what would make it even better to watch.
Yeah. I genuinely was quite scared. Like I couldn't continue playing it. I think I got maybe through like an hour and a half of it or something, and that was it.
Well, I feel like for this Halloween coming up, do you guys celebrate Halloween on Jersey Isle?
Yeah. It's not as big as it is in North America, but it's still it's becoming more and more popular. I mean, obviously not this year with COVID, like there was no trick or treating or anything, but yeah, generally it's becoming more popular. And more celebrated.
I feel like every Halloween you should play just one, but to completion, one scary game.
Right, like what kind of game? Like Amnesia or like Alien Isolation or something?
No, those are fake. I would play Until Dawn is just an incredible work of art. I think you would really enjoy it.
Right.
I would start there and then reach back out to me in a year and I'll give you a number 2.
Oh, hang on a sec. Hang on.
I'm kind of with that, you know? Like, it's... Is Resident Evil 7 that scary, though? How could it happen to...
Hey, I'm back. Sorry. I had to dono wall you there. Sorry.
Why is it called Dono Wall?
Well, because I had to mute myself to thank this guy for donating.
Mm-hmm.
But I also couldn't hear you talking because the text-to-speech thing was going off. And his message after the donation was like a big story about how he's not very good at playing the game RimWorld.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, one of his colonists got killed by a rat. So.
Oh, sounds like Tarkov.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Sorry I couldn't make it. I told Ryan and Melf, I said I couldn't make the time, but don't hold up for me. How did RimWorld go?
It was good fun, actually. It was good. It's our time zone difference, yours and mine, is a really awkward one, right? With kids and everything too.
Yeah.
Because it means that like even if you could sort of do something later at night, it would just be so impossibly early in the morning for me, like 3 a.m. or something, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like this time works, but it only works because you're sort of doing this like a 9 to 5 or 10 to 5 job or whatever, right?
Yeah. Do you do it? How do you do it like a 9 to 5, or you do it as like just?
Yeah. Well, like it depends. Like today, like I had to go to the grocery store and then I was late because I had to run home and get my wallet because I forgot it and stuff. So I didn't start like that early today. But yeah, like I generally, like, so as long as I've done this, I've sort of just like get up in the morning, help get the kids ready, like for school or even before they went to school, just help the kids and my wife sort of get ready for their day
Yeah.
or whatever. And then, after I've dropped the kids off from school, I usually come home, have some breakfast, like, watch TV for a minute or something, have some tea, and then I'm ready to go, sort of thing, So I can start like a bit earlier, or usually I'll use like some time in the morning to do stuff that I need to do. It's like, I don't,
Like dad stuff.
like, yeah, like dad stuff, chasing up people that need to get back to me for stuff like this, this guy power washing right now, for example. Just stuff like that. And then usually I just start and then I make a bit of a day of it, and then I'm good. Around dinner time, I stop and I go in and either cook dinner or eat dinner that's already been cooked, and spend a bit of time with my kids, and then get them ready for bed and stories and all that kind of stuff. And then like 8 hours later, they're finally asleep, and then I slip into a coma. So it's pretty good.
Do you I know your kids are a little bit older. Do you still read to them at night, or what's your like, or do they kind of read them to themselves, or?
No, we still read to them. My eldest does not need to be read to, but I think he just likes, it's just like a comfort sort of habit thing.
Yeah.
We just like sit around and just read books. Like usually I change like the story around when I'm reading it, like put in some poos, and we have a series of books here called Mr. Men. I don't know if you've ever heard of them before.
Mr. Men?
It's like Mr. Men, yeah. So they're like, you'll have like Mr. Grumpy or like Mr. Mean. And then there's Little Miss as well. So there's like Little Miss Sunshine, Little Miss, Greedy or whatever. And they all like, they're just these little sort of like blob characters.
Yeah, those are old, right? They're from like the 70s.
Their names. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But my kids love them. And, they always get like a couple for like Christmas or whatever. So they've got like this huge collection of them now. So we usually read like a couple of those, but then, like I'll change I'll change things around a little bit, like Mr. Tickle was waiting for a bus, or I'll just be like, oh, Mr. Tickle was waiting for a big fart or something like that. And like they're laughing and stuff. It doesn't take much, but it's just, whatever. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah.
You got to keep it spicy,
Yeah, for sure. I always like, sometimes I'll read my son like older books, they just happen to be old. And there'll be words that you just substitute out. Like he's not gonna know what, whatever this word is. So I just try to. I think that must be a dad thing. You ad lib a lot.
Yeah, you come up with like new words, or you just change it around or whatever. Like my kids really like Dr. Seuss books, and I try to sing them because you can kind of sing them because they rhyme pretty well, And then like I like set a challenge for myself. Like sometimes I'm reading them and I'm like, not tripping up on any of the words because I've read them so much, and I'm singing them and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm a pro at this, and then I realize what I'm doing and laugh at myself for being a bit of a dingus and stuff, and then it's it's all good. It's fun. I mean, we're another baby that we have to go through all of this again with. So
how are you feeling about that, by the way? Because your oldest is how old?
9.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then your daughter's 5?
Yeah, both just 5 and just 9. So
you're out of. I mean, you're well out of the diaper phase, and then but now you're back in again.
Well, we will be, yeah. But like even with my daughter, it was so much easier because we knew what to expect a lot more. Like your second one is for sure easier than your first. So we're just kind of expecting the third to just be, kind of like immediately part of the furniture sort of thing, like not that much trouble, I guess. So but we'll see. I don't know. Self-raising, yeah. Well, I mean my son will have like 10 years on the baby, so he can maybe do some babysitting and stuff like later on. It'd be good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you'll have extra hands on deck this time around. Yeah,
that's it. And like my kids are not like, they still need us to do a lot, and we still do a lot for them, but you can kind of, they're old enough now where you could just be like, okay, well, go to the bathroom by yourself, and like we don't need to, you know what I mean? So it's just like it'll make it a lot easier, I think.
Is it well, I guess it's not appropriate for me to ask you that, but
why? What?
I mean, is there
intriguing.
appropriateness on Dadcraft or no?
Well, no.
I mean, let me just say, let's say we're playing hockey, right?
Right.
And you know, you're practicing,
Yeah.
and then
Working on my slap shots.
yeah, were you practicing with the goalie?
Working on my deeks.
And or did it, and it got past the goalie, or were you just playing with no goalie in the net?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like,
no, we were like, we'd planned to have a third. Like,
I was just talking about hockey practice. I don't know what you're.
Yeah, no, I planned to have like a third hockey practice on the same day. I'd already had 2 hockey practices.
Okay.
But I just couldn't get enough, so we decided we'll have 3 hockey practices.
That's, you know, that's dad life. You know, you ease into it, then all of a sudden you're like, man, this is.
That's it.
Even,
all of a sudden,
yes.
Holy crap, 5 hockey practices in one day? How will I cope? But you do. Life finds a way.
You're like, it's even, being a dad's even better than you even thought it could be. It's hard.
Yeah.
Kind of like
it
Minecraft.
It is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is hard work. I still think it's harder work being a mom though, right? Like I still think there's a lot of expectation for moms, right?
Not even
more
close.
so than dads. Like,
yeah.
I mean, dads, I don't like, you know, like in the kind of like, I don't know if it was like this for you, but like when I was born, which is, I don't know, 2 or 3 years before you, it was fairly common for dads to not even be in the delivery room when the babies came out. You know, they would just sort of like turn up later on after a shift at the stapler factory and look at the baby in the big, you know, baby storage room that they used to have, you know, with they put all the babies in that one room and they just sleep, and it was like a viewing room for dads, I guess.
Yeah, like you see on like a sitcom or something.
Yeah. But that was like, that's how it was. I remember when my brother was born, it was still like that too. Like I remember going to the hospital with my dad, you know, after he got back from work or whatever, and so like my mom had just like done all of that by herself, I guess. And then, you know, we couldn't even like really properly look at my brother because he was in one of those like you know, big sleeping baby rooms.
Like the incubator
baby
thing.
warehouse. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they don't. I mean, they don't do that over here, and they haven't done for a long time. I don't know. Maybe they still do it in America. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what you're describing to me, I thought just happened in TV shows. You might be the first person I've ever talked to that's lived through that.
Yeah. Well, I'm only like a little bit older than you. Like,
it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. Ask your mom. Ask your mom next time. See if that was the. I mean, maybe Ottawa's just backwards. I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's backwards. Just maybe, you know, just different than
locked in time.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember seeing pictures of like both my parents, like, or my dad was draped in like the, you know, the doctor garb.
KKK.
You know? No. That's not.
Sorry.
How did it go there?
I don't know. When you said drape, that's the first thing I thought about. Oh, God. No, I've been watching a bunch of documentaries about like I watched that documentary The 13th. Have you seen that?
No, is it about a murderer that you like watching?
No, it's about equality and like the social movements of the 60s in America. So there was like a bunch of like KKK imagery in it.
Oh.
So maybe that's why it's kind of like fresh in my mind, you know? But then applying that to like modern politics where they're like, no, we're not racist, but like, you know, them sort of speculating that maybe they still are racist and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Old affiliations and stuff.
I missed that one.
No, it's a really good one. I think it won an Oscar actually. Worth seeing. It's thought-provoking, you know? If you like to have your thoughts provoked, I guess.
Yeah, I watched a thought-provoking movie this past weekend.
Yeah, what was it?
It was called Hillbilly Elegy. Have you seen that?
No, I've never even heard of it.
It's on Netflix. It's by Ron Howard. It's basically, I mean, it's good. It's like a little bit thought-provoking, but it's it's based on a book. It was good.
Right. Okay.
It was about like kind of like this kid who grew up in, you know, like as you imagine as the title says, like maybe like, you know, a lower income beginning, and then how he battled to either get out of it or not get out of it. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Right. I don't know. That sounds pretty cool. I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
I might check that out. I'm currently watching a documentary. It's a 4-part series on the BBC, which is the British Broadcasting
Oh,
Corporation.
I am
Like,
familiar.
are you familiar with how terrestrial TV historically has worked over here?
What does
4
terrestrial?
channels.
What does terrestrial TV mean?
So, like, in America, if you get buy a TV, but you don't have like a cable subscription,
Mm-hmm.
you might get a couple of channels, right, that you can access,
Oh,
or
okay.
maybe not now.
Yeah, like with the antenna ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So over here it was the same, but there's only 4 channels. So like BBC One, BBC Two, a channel called ITV, which was not government affiliated at all, and then Channel 4, which was like half private, half government. And those were the only 4 channels that you could get for a while. But now with satellite and stuff, it's different. And there's like different alternatives and stuff. But that was it. That was like a while back. That's all you could get.
So for you,
But
yeah, where were you going with this?
for
Sorry.
well, for us, well, I don't know. But I was gonna
Terrestrial
say
TV.
as well. I was gonna say as well, to get those 4 channels, you had to pay what was called a TV license. So it's like, instead of like getting like a cable subscription, for example, you have to pay for a license to own a TV, and then that enables you to then watch these channels, right? And if you
Wait,
don't
you have
pay
to-
your TV license, you can get fined and or thrown in jail.
Like a driver's license, but for your TV?
It's exactly, yeah. It's like, I can't remember how much it is. We still have to pay it, but that's how they make their money, like licensing fees. That's how the BBC makes money. Like it now makes money by selling the rights to TV programs internationally, and it'll put like some of its shows on DVD for sale and stuff like that. So it makes a ton of money like that now. But historically, license fees was how it made like most of its money.
Yeah, I don't want to be like the boomer or zoomer. How about you just make good TV and then that's how you fund it?
Well, no, but I mean, there's no ads though. There's no commercials.
Oh, there's no commercials?
Yeah, that's why. Sorry, yeah, that's the missing link. Sorry, yeah.
Okay.
So ad-free television.
Oh, ad-free?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. But you have to pay like, I think it's like £80 a year or something for a
That's
TV
worth
license.
it not to watch like those
God, yeah.
I mean, you left out like the most important thing.
I should have mentioned that. Sorry, I completely forgot.
So
That's
there's
like
no ads in the
icing
UK?
on the cake. No, there are. On ITV, the 3rd channel that I mentioned, it's not anything to do with the BBC. That is just like a private television network. They have ads. And Channel 4, which is like part government owned, has ads as well. But BBC One, BBC Two are ad free.
Do they,
Welcome, brand
on
new
the like
subscriber.
the government channels, do they have like TVs where they show meetings with quorums in the city hall and stuff, or no?
Well, like on the news, yeah, I guess so. But nothing like what you mean. Like it's not like Soviet Russia. Is that what you mean?
Well, like public TV here, at least in Michigan, like it's like, oh hey, it's Livonia's city council meeting, and it's on like
Right.
like a
no.
standard D
Maybe
camera.
maybe in the middle of the night when there's nothing else to put on, sort of thing. But generally, no, I wouldn't have thought so.
Okay, all right.
But these are the same channels for the entire country. Like it's not in America where you have like, we had like PBS Watertown, and then there's like a PBS for like some other, out in the middle of nowhere town or whatever, like we got like different like regional channels or whatever. They don't really have that here. Although now with satellite and stuff, there's a bit more of that. But
Did you ever
I
watch
think
it?
Scotland has BBC Scotland, for example.
You ever watch a show? I think it was Canadian. It's called Today's Special.
Yes.
That took
With
place.
Jeff, the mannequin.
Yeah, it took place in a mall, right? And the
And
stuff
Sam
came.
Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
you might watch it. Most people don't know that, but I thought if anyone knew it, Sips might.
Do you remember the mechanic with the not a mechanic character, but do you remember how he was brought to life?
I don't.
They had to put that hat on him. Remember, he was a mannequin during the day, but if they put the magical hat on him, he then came to life. Jody and Sam Crenshaw would put the hat on him at night, and he'd come to life, and they'd hang out with him in the evenings. That was the whole show.
I just remember being like kind of scared to go to malls at night after that. Because what would they do once the mannequin came alive? They would just run around the mall, right? The store?
Pretty much, yeah. They just like would have just like, you know, fart around and just have a good time, I guess.
Dude,
I mean, what are you gonna do?
You ever watch Mr. Wizard? You have Mr. Wizard?
I've seen Mr. Wizard, actually. We had Polka Dot Door. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, the polka dot. I played that trailer on the show here probably like 9 months ago because we wanted to hear the song. The polka dot door.
Door, the polka dot door. See, that's TV Ontario as well. You got a lot of TV Ontario stuff in Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, I was like 12 minutes, 15 minutes away where I lived from Windsor. So like when you turn 19, you go over the bridge and
you go over the bridge and buy your smokes and your booze, and then you come back. We had a similar situation. We lived close to the Ontario Quebec border, and in Quebec it's 18. So the minute you turned 18, you'd hop in your friend's car and go over to Quebec to buy cigarettes and booze. That was the thing.
Sips.
1 year younger. Yeah. Yeah, because they're really strict in the US, right? 21.
Donation.
You have to be.
I appreciate your acquiescence.
21.
Yeah, and
Something cool about the Big Brother house.
there was
How old do you need to be to buy a gun in America, though? 21 as well?
You know what?
21 just for everything?
As a non-gun owner, I'm not sure, but I'm sure Ryan could tell you.
Oh, 18. Why, does Ryan own guns?
No, but he seems to like anytime he can punch down, he's punching down.
Oh, I wasn't like trying to punch.
No, I know you're
down
trying to
anything.
shoot.
No, I wasn't trying to shoot either. I was curious. I was just wondering. I was genuinely curious.
Oh, so you gotta be
trying to.
Chat says 18 for shotguns, 21 for pistols. Can you have a gun? Or no?
You can. It's harder to get. It's not something that you can just go to like Walmart or the equivalent over here and just buy a gun and ammo. I mean, hunting is a thing in England. Like, I think people do own like hunting rifles and stuff like that. Just not on the scale of America. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's not. They're not as available. They're not as readily available, and it's not a cultural thing. Like even parts of England, most of the police don't even carry guns. Like
they have batons.
Yeah, and like mace and stuff. Like they can still take you down pretty easily, but I mean, it's different. Airport cops, holy crap, they have guns, but just like sort of, I think maybe in London they might have guns now. I'm not sure though.
So my I'd probably say about over 10 years ago, my grandma's from Venezuela and her aunt still lived there. So we went there and we flew into, I think, Maracaibo, and we had to drive to Caracas. Anyways, long story short, I mean, this is a complete culture shock for me. We're driving down the road and there's these two flashlights as like a checkpoint. And so they make us stop our car. They knock on the windows to see who's in the car, and 4 dudes, each with mega Tarkov machine guns, are just circling the car. And my cousin who lived there is just like, oh, hey, they're just checking the car. I'm like, yeah, but they got machine guns. And he's just like, just chill. But I mean, it was like just an everyday occurrence, man. It was like kind of like a shock for me, because you only see that stuff on movies and Tarkov.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Jesus,
I know.
And so is that the only time you'd ever been, or have you been since?
No, I'd only been once, and then it was like things were just starting to turn to like dangerous, but not like dangerous you couldn't go, and then now I'm not sure you can even go there right now. But
it's more recently, I guess it's been pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
But was there a time where it was? Well, I guess when you went, it was like okay to visit. How long ago was this?
It was just about like probably 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I wanted to go because like I knew it was like a little bit dangerous, but that's where like my some of my family is from and wanted to see it. Have you like done much traveling outside of like the UK and Canada?
Yeah, Europe, like Asia. I've never been to South America though. I've never been like, I think the furthest south I've ever been is probably like Florida, California, I guess. But yeah, no, like I've been pretty much all over Europe, I'd say. Not Eastern Europe, but like, you know, like Western Europe. I've been to Japan. I've been to Egypt. Went to Egypt.
But when you say like that,
places.
Don't you feel like after doing that, that's changed your perspective on life just by just going somewhere that's not where you live?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely an eye opener, right?
What was Japan like? Yeah. Okay.
Hang on 2 seconds.
Donald.
Yeah, Donald Wall. Sorry.
It's all good. Yo, Game Wiz, appreciate the support. Kevin the Goose, thanks for the 7 months. Jackson Wilson, thanks for the Primarino. What's something cool about the Big Brother house?
Oh, you can go to sleep, by the way.
Oh. Okay. What was Japan like?
Japan is awesome. It's really, really interesting. It's
aren't they like in the future and we're in the past?
No, it's just very different. They just very very uniquely have their own culture, their own way of doing things, and it's just really fun. There's lots of it is geared up to just around sort of like entertainment and stuff, which is really fun. The people are all very sort of like I don't know, polite and just nice, you know, like we never had any problems with anybody being rude or unhelpful in any way or whatever. It was just really, really, really fun. Just a really interesting culture that you go there and just absorb it all up, you know, you just sponge it all up. It's just nice to, it's one of those places just nice to walk down the street and then you can pretend like while you're there that you know what's up and you know what's going on. Try your best to fit in and stuff. It's really nice. It's really good.
That's like my number one place I want to go to at some point. What propelled you to go there?
We just wanted to. It was, you know, I had some vacation time from work. And we were thinking of places that we wanted to go, and we just wanted to go somewhere that was like different to anywhere else we'd ever been before. So we decided to go there.
Was that pre-kids?
Oh yeah,
okay.
God yeah.
How long did you go for?
About 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's a good long stretch of time. We stayed in Tokyo, but Tokyo is massive. There's so much stuff to do. I think like we'll probably go again at some point, like, you know, when the kids are a bit bigger.
Yeah.
And do some other stuff.
Did you have like a highlight of like, oh, this was amazing and the most memorable part of the trip?
No, I think just the whole thing overall was just really, really fun. Just like it was just, yeah, it's hard to sort of like pinpoint one thing that was like better than anything else. It was just the
whole thing was that enjoyable.
Just a consistently enjoyable trip, yeah, for sure.
Where are you when you travel? Are you like adventurous when it comes to the food?
No. Well, like not especially being vegetarian. It's like hard to be super adventurous, and difficult as well, because if you don't know the language or whatever or what you're looking for, it's a lot more difficult. So when we were in Japan, there were places that were familiar to us that we could go to, and there were places in Japan. They do this thing where outside of a restaurant, they've got like kind of like a representation. It's like a plastic version of what the meals look like.
Okay.
Like it's just something they do. So like instead of like it's a menu, but then you'll see what the dishes look like, and they're just like these plastic replicas of the dishes, and a lot of them had like fish stuff in them and whatever. So we were like, okay, well, I guess we're not going to eat here. So it was a little bit difficult sometimes to find places to eat, but we got by. It was okay.
That sounds like way better than a
7-Eleven that sold bagels, so we ate a lot of bagels. that was pretty good. You know, you just gotta roll with the punches sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, you sounds like you just made it work.
Yeah, that's it. We didn't really know what to expect. Like we got like I think at the time we sort of got like a couple of like books and stuff just to sort of, you know, have an idea of what was going on. But even those didn't really fully prepare us for Japan, so it was pretty good. No, it's I definitely recommend going though. It was awesome. Really fun trip.
Was it as fun as going to BlizzCon?
Maybe like a different fun. BlizzCon was exciting because I was like really into Warcraft and stuff at the time. So I was like, hell yeah, BlizzCon. But
Kind of like you are, like just as much as you are now.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, not much has changed. Like I still got my Thrall underpants and my Lady Jaina Proudmoore body pillow and stuff. Like,
Did your wife play WoW with you or no?
no, she doesn't play games at all.
At all?
No. What about yours? Is she into games?
No, she'll
She
like
play any Tarkov or anything?
no Tarkov. Like she'll play like if I ask, she'll play like some Spelunky co-op.
Okay.
And like some Mario Party. I'd say that's
Right.
probably the extent of it.
And your kids aren't old enough to really be into games and stuff yet, right?
Not really. Like we play like a little bit of original Nintendo Mario.
Oh, right, like on the mini classic?
No, I actually got I have my original one from a kid. It was kind of
How
like
the hell do you hook that up to any new TVs? Like,
just the red and the white cord. That's it. So it's kind of like a little bit of rite of passage, and it's fun.
Nice.
Like you
yeah,
know,
we
don't
original Mario's great.
yeah, we don't play a ton, but sometimes I'll bust it out, and it's fun to kind of watch them figure it out. Because there's just so much stuff that we do as like dads, and you're like, you just forget that kids don't know anything. You got to like,
Yeah,
they know nothing.
Yeah, it's true. You got to teach them everything.
Yeah, so it's
You got to
fun.
make sure you teach them the right stuff as well. Oh my gosh.
What are you working on right now? Speaking of doing the right
Oh,
stuff?
I'm currently at the mob spawner fixing my tools, which are low on juice because I've been excavating. Look outside the dad dome. I've excavated like a gigantic quadrant outside.
I'm just terraforming where my house.
Oh, are
is.
you at 596 right now?
Yeah.
I might head over there after and take a look.
I do have to ask you on one year. So I'm really intrigued with your hardcore playthroughs because
Right.
it sounds like it's got a little bit of Tarkov, a little bit of Dark Souls to it, where you make one wrong move
Yeah.
and there's some agony. And I
you
kind of
lose
like,
everything,
yeah,
yeah.
that's like I watched one where you had this like elaborate setup. You had this railing. Your town had like multi different patterns, and then this
Yeah.
like square railway cart going down, and then you just jump down the middle of the hole.
I accidentally jumped down there. Yeah, that was meant to be my big mine shaft. I dug the mine shaft. It took me like all day, dug the mine shaft, which then became my grave, as people like to.
So like a world
out.
like that, like how many hours do you think you had into that?
Oh, that one wasn't too bad. That was early on. I think that might have been one like my first run. I think I had 6 runs in total. And
What do you mean by 6 runs?
The 6th one is the one that's currently still I'm not dead on. That's got the dome.
But like
Pretty sure
how many
that's the
hours do you
6th.
think you have into those?
Oh, all in?
Yeah.
Oh, hundreds. Like
And then you die and
400
it's
hours
over.
or something. Yeah.
That's amazing to me.
Across like 6 runs. Like the most recent run with the dome that's still not done. Well, the dome is done, but that run isn't over because I haven't died. It's easily like 150 hours plus. Like it was insane.
And then you just die and it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that feel like?
It sucks, but it's one of those things. You build all this stuff and you think, fuck, it would suck to lose all this. And then when you die and you lose it, you're like, I could probably just do it better next time. It's a really weird feeling. Yeah.
There's this UK streamer that I really, really like. He's hilarious.
His name's Sips. No.
It is, it's a derivative of Sips. His name's the Happy Hob, and he'll no-hit run Souls games. So he'll play a Souls game without getting hit once.
Right.
And I was watching him last night, and he was doing a no-hit Minecraft run.
Oh.
And it made me think of you and like your hardcore playthroughs, and I'm like, there's something to me that's just oddly appealing. Like this sounds like a lot of fun to do a hardcore playthrough.
Yeah. It is fun. It is very satisfying. Dan, just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, don't know what. Chat, what do we think here? So here's a nice little approach. I just don't want it to be too boxy, you know? Like, should we excavate all this stuff here? And then maybe make a pool to the side?
Dan,
Yes.
vacation destinations you've been to ranked 1 to 5, 1 being the best. Go.
Pre or post dad?
Any.
Well, you go first, 'cause I have to think.
Okay, number one for me is probably Tokyo, Japan. Number two is probably Rome.
Ooh.
Is beautiful. Number three, I would say, is probably New York City. I really enjoyed New York City.
Really?
I like that a lot. Yeah, New York City was amazing.
What did
Oh,
you
man,
like about
it's
New
just-
York?
Yeah, everything. I loved it. It was just so huge and busy and just kind of chaotic, but like worked at the same time. Like I liked it. New York City was great.
That's where
I
your
had a
New York
really-
accent comes from.
Yeah, I know. That's the original place. Yeah, I love that. Paris, I'd put on there as well for probably like fourth. I like Paris a lot, but like I just like those trips better. It's a combination of liking the cities, but also like my experiences on the trips as well. And then probably fifth, I'd say Amsterdam. It's a fun trip.
Why Amsterdam?
Oh, it's just super fun.
What's fun about Amsterdam? As someone who's only been in the airport.
Amsterdam is a really nice city to begin with, and it has a gigantic red light district as well, which is really fun to walk around in and stuff on like a warm summer's night.
For someone who doesn't know what
and
a red light district is, what does that mean?
it's the part of the city where you can legally engage with prostitutes who beckon you from a window along the road. It's huge too. There's like it's a really big part of the city. But in there as well, there's all these like hostels and like what else? Bars, stuff, you know. Whoops, I can't sleep down here. Oh, it's because there's a bad guy here. Hang on a sec. Oh, actually, I'll just go in the nether. It's fine. You can smoke a lot of weed there, Dan.
Is that something that
If you want.
you normally partake in?
Well, while in Rome, I mean, you know, it'd be rude not to, right?
Yeah.
Like that's so sure. Why not?
Understandable. You're talking to an individual. So no, I'm in 100%. My stance on life is no judgment zone. Like I don't, you
Right,
know,
okay.
like, but I've never partaken in that.
No, well, I mean, no judgment from me either. I mean, it is what it is. You either do it or you don't, and you like it or you don't, or whatever, you know.
Are you still actively involved in that?
No, it's much harder to come by where I live right now. But
Is it legal where you are?
No,
It's not.
no.
Oh, no wonder why you like
And
Amsterdam.
it makes it a bit more difficult as well. Yeah.
Is it
Um,
not on Jersey Island? Is it legal?
No, it's not legal here, and it's not legal in the UK either.
Oh, huh. So when you
It's
come to
legal
the
for medicinal use, but that's always been the case in, well, Canada at least, and probably parts of America too, where it's now very legal.
if you were so inclined, could you go through proper channels to get a legal card?
If I really wanted to do that and
Yeah.
put myself out big time, I could, yeah, sure.
But it's just not that
But I
important to you.
can't. It's not that like crucial to my existence, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, like if I'm in like, you know, if I'm in Amsterdam or if like I'm back in Canada or wherever, I might have like one or two puffs of one weed, you know. I'm not afraid of it, or it can be quite fun.
You just let it rip.
I just let it rip, yeah. I just go for it. But never inhale.
I mean, like, if you were to describe it, like, after you do that, what is, like, if you were to describe it to, like, a first grader, what happens after you're just chilled out?
You know, like, okay, you know how Christmas dinner, okay? You eat your Christmas dinner, your whole family's been over,
Yeah.
and when you're done, and then they go home, how do you feel?
I mean, you want to be honest or you want to be nice?
Well, a mix of both.
Like, you feel, like, satisfied but relieved. Like, oh, that was fun, but I'm also ready to have some alone time.
Yeah, and also, do you feel like tired? Drowsy
yeah,
even?
Yeah, like definitely like you gave it all. Like your energy is
Just
depleted.
Sucked right out of you, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like that.
So you do it and then you
feel
get tired?
It's like a combination of feeling very tired and maybe like a bit delirious at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like that. And some people it affects more so than others as well. Like some people are able to just like smoke a lot of weed and still operate heavy machinery, and some people just aren't able to. You know what I mean?
You're like
it's just a bit like alcohol in that way as well. You know, like it affects people differently.
Thank you. Can we please get some dang pack spam in the chat?
Become like raging lunatics, and other people are just like, you know.
It's another
like
day at
if
the
I
office.
drink alcohol now, like if I drink one beer now, I'm ready to go to bed pretty much. Like it tuckers me out. Like I get tired. I get drowsy almost immediately.
Like the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Hey, Sips, one second I have to dono wall you.
Yeah, sure.
Yo, Razor.
Can we get some dang pack spam in the
Appreciate
chat,
the 10
like
gifted subs.
Well, it's like that for me.
I appreciate the support.
I'm older than you.
I just wanted to dono wall. Thank you. Can we please get some dang
Just
pack
be
spam
like
in the
that
chat?
sometimes, you know?
Hold on, I got to dono wall you one more time. Yo, Void,
No, that's fine.
thanks for the
Holy
5 gifted subs. I appreciate it. I kind of like that terminology.
Dono wall.
Yeah.
It's like a very young person term, right?
Yeah. Speaking of, did you ever play Fortnite? Did you ever try Fortnite?
I played Fortnite before it was a battle royale.
When it was like the zombie tower defense
PvE thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played that a little bit. But I was never interested in playing the BR because I don't like the fact that you can build walls and stairs in front of yourself while people are shooting at you. I just thought that was
too much going on.
Too much, yeah. I knew that was a mechanic that would just absolutely enrage me as well while I'm trying to shoot somebody, and they're just like, you know, fast fingers Freddy is just erecting 20 walls in front of himself.
I think that might be a dad thing. Like I would love to play Fortnite.
360 no scopes me as punishment for daring to try to shoot through his fast wall building skills or whatever.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's a dad thing. I would love to play Fortnite with no building. I'm like, they should have a dad mode where you can just do that. Because then I would be all in. Because they got like cool skins and weird stuff going on. But I'm with you. It's the building. I'm like, you got no shot.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't like that at all.
Fast fingers.
I mean, I've never tried it. Maybe I would feel differently about it.
Nah, you kind of nailed it right on the head. It's like, it's fun until you have to build.
Yeah.
And then, you know, because dads like you and me, we grew up just shooting. You know,
that's it. And we, you know, we got frustrated, but for different reasons, right? Like, not frustrated at that so much, but frustrated at that one level in the original Super Mario, you know, where you got to do that really big jump, and then there's that tiny little brick that you have to land on.
Yeah, I think that's 4. Is that 4-3? It's in.
I think so. Yeah, that was a tough one. I always remember that one being really tough. Definitely like an art to it.
Do you have like a favorite avant-garde NES game?
Mega Man 2.
Ooh.
I finished it recently as well. There was actually on Steam, they had like a Mega Man bundle with a bunch of the Mega Mans. And I tried to play a bunch of the other ones. 2 is still the best in my opinion. I don't think any of the other ones come close. I don't know what they did in 2, but 2 was just amazing.
There's a another streamer I like to watch. He speed runs Rockman 2, which is, you know, Mega Man 2 in Japan, and it's just amazing, man. Like, I'm with you. I played a little bit of 3 and I've beaten 1, but 2 just, it hits a little different, you know?
Yeah, I remember it being so popular when I was a kid as well. Like when it came out, everybody played it. Everybody was like trading. There was that code system, so you could like bypass all the men fights and go to Dr. Wily's castle and stuff.
Yeah,
like the dragon and everything. So like I remember one day, this like shortly after it came out, some guy at my school who was like, you know, some Nintendo wizard or whatever came to school, and he had the code, and he was like, for 10 cents he would give you the code. Very enterprising. You had to give him. You had to give, and sometimes he just gave it to you without. Like if you were like, I don't have 10 cents, he'd be like, no, okay, fine. But yeah, it was pretty funny. There's codes like that for Punch Out as well. I think Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah. Did you ever beat that?
No, not like not without the help of like a game genie or whatever, you know. Like,
Yeah. You should try it, man. It's definitely one of the.
Have you ever seen a speed run of that?
Yeah, Sinister One, man.
Oh man, it's so good.
You should try beating it though. It's definitely doable, and it's probably one of the most rewarding things you can do in all video games is when you beat Tyson. It's very you have to do it, man.
He was a monster in real life, but he's a monster in that game as well. He's so fast.
I would
say
say
one uppercut would just like send you into space.
Yeah.
The worst.
I would say he's more dangerous in the game than real life.
Really?
Yeah. What other game can you get one-shotted? Like he connects one punch, you're done.
Yeah, but I mean that happens to me in Tarkov all the time. Somebody looks at me from the other side of the map and I'm dead. Like they don't even need to shoot their gun.
Dude,
my character just has a heart attack.
Yesterday I played 6 raids, lost all 6.
Yeah.
But I still loved it, man. It was, it's
really?
just yeah.
I played the other day. I didn't play last night for the first time in a couple of weeks. I've been playing Tarkov every night, but last night I did not play. I played RimWorld. And then after that, I tried this new game called the Dyson Sphere Program, which is like
sounds like an appliance
space colony management sort of game.
Mm-hmm.
I played that for a little bit, and then I played some Dadcraft by myself for like an hour. I was watching Jay building stuff, and I was strip mining because we needed some more iron.
Yeah, dude, Jay hits a little different, man. He's got
Have you
like
seen what he's done in the Nether?
I did. I mean, like,
Oh my God.
I would just say you haven't seen anything yet. He has a really good feel for aesthetics and everything he does. It's really impressive.
Yeah, isn't he like a designer or something? Like
Yeah.
a graphics designer or something like that?
Yeah, he started doing that. He designed used to design book covers before he got into like streaming and stuff. Like of actual books.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. What books?
You know what? I don't know. I think he worked for Penguin House or something. So like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What part of the world is he from?
Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe
And
you
he
know
works
him.
for Penguin House?
He used to. He doesn't anymore.
All right.
But he would like have like a 2-hour commute to go to New York. And he's like one day he's like, I think I'm gonna just stream and then do my own thing.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
It's become a very popular thing to do or to try and do, isn't it? Streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, it inevitably was always gonna go that way, but it's interesting seeing how many people are trying it out now, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing. My thing is I think you do it as like you start it and do it in your free time and still work. And even if you like work like a job that you hate but pays you very well, and then you just take all your other time and stream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I only get concerned when I see people go all in and they don't have like any income. Then it's like it's hard to be successful that way.
Yeah, it's a bit trickier then, isn't it?
Because then you get like desperate and you cut corners. I don't know, but at the same time, man, and I'm not saying it's not doable. I'm glad I kind of started doing this before I had kids, because to like build it while you have kids, I think would be doable, but really, really tough.
Are you ready for a sleep?
Mm-hmm. I'm sleeping.
Oh, maybe Malf is not. Michael Al Fox. Is his middle name Al or is it A-L?
No, it's A and L. He told me one time what the letters stand for, but he's not very forthcoming all the time.
Right.
It's like,
maybe it's like Aloysius Lance.
I think it's Leroy.
Something.
It's like the L is, no, I'm serious. It's something like that.
How incredibly rude.
What?
We're just speculating.
Yeah, just speculation.
How rude. Talking about me behind my
Michael
back.
Aloysius Leroy Fox is what we've come up
It
with.
is Leroy. Dan is right.
It's Leroy. Wow.
Yeah.
I just said, Melf,
You
you're
don't
not
hear
always
that name that often anymore, right? It's like a
No.
kind of
Well, I'm
an
named
old
after my grandfathers, so
Was your grandfather? Oh, you guys didn't play much WoW, did you? Or any?
I never played any WoW. No.
So you won't. You don't know
Leroy Jenkins.
You do
Like,
know.
I get the reference.
You know
don't-
Leroy Jenkins. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard to avoid when one of your names is Leroy and
That's
you play
true.
video games. So.
Good. Yeah.
Melf, was your grandfather a farmer?
No. I mean the Leroy grandfather, he like built freaking like transmission lines.
Oh.
Like in
and stuff.
cars?
No, so like when you see the power lines and the big structures holding them up.
Yeah.
You know, like in Tarkov, where the stash is under the one.
Those things.
Those are called
yeah.
transmission lines?
Yeah, power transmission lines, and then you've got the.
And then you went on to build wind turbines. Runs in the genes.
Yep, it does. Yeah, but I mean, he liked to garden and stuff. One of my fondest memories was whenever we'd go and visit, he'd give a bucket and he'd say, "Go get all the bugs off the tomato plants. I'll give you 5 cents for each one." So.
Wow. And like,
yeah.
what was the typical haul for you there?
I mean, it would have been. I'm trying to remember, like. Definitely would have been
30,
5
40
to $10 or something.
Wow,
What?
that many bugs? Holy jeez.
They had a big garden. Yeah. So we'd also like, he'd pay me a couple bucks to scratch his back. He just set up like we'd be in the kitchen or something like that. And he'd be like, "Hey, Mikey, come scratch my back," and you give him a good scratch, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's good," and then he'd give you $2.
Give me like $5. Jeez.
Yeah, no, I mean it was back then too, right? That's
Man.
25
Imagine
years
you could
ago.
still do that
plus.
now. Like you wouldn't even really need to like do anything. You could,
Right?
you know,
That's I mean, when you adjust for inflation, it's basically minimum wage.
You don't need to like stream or anything. Just give your grandpa like a little back scratch every once in a while, and boom,
Yeah. Oh,
another week covered.
Yeah, there's rent.
Man, that's crazy.
What do you
I
guys
have
up to?
exposed the what looks like the top of the rail tunnel. I don't know how I've managed
Yo,
to
thanks, Sam.
to choose this level precisely, but it looks like the work that I'm doing outside of the Dad Dome is not going to impact the train station or the tunnel at all.
Okay. I mean, if it do, that's fine. We can work around it. But if it's safe, then
No, I think
then-
it's fine. I think it'll be okay.
Have
I've
you have you seen the inn?
Yes, I was looking at it earlier. It's fantastic. It looks so good.
So that's Jay. That's Jay for you.
What's the inn?
Oh, you haven't
like
seen
at the
it?
end of the farm?
Go check out Malf's place after Dan. It's worth it. It's really good.
It's still stuff to do inside, especially upstairs. But like Jay, I was like, "Jay, you gotta help me. Like, I'm not good at these little details and making it look like real." And he's like, "All right." And then he just did it. It's so good.
He did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's done a really good job. Have you seen what he's done in the Nether as well?
Yes. Yeah. I popped into his stream last night as well, and he's just like,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know,
love
'cause
that.
he
I
does
love
stuff in
how-
creative as well.
Yeah,
too.
he does. Yeah, he's got like a creative server where he like tests stuff out, and then he comes back here and actually builds it. I love how I love how into it he is. It's great. It's really good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited too, because I'm gonna work on building some lore around this stuff for you guys to like
All right.
lore and quests and things. So
wow.
like people on this server will have to. I mean,
Yo.
they won't have to do it, but
You'll have like your own like D&D built into Dadcraft.
yes.
You can meet up at the inn and stuff. Nice.
You make the first quest called Leroy's Quest, and we have to find something to scratch your back.
Okay. Yeah. The sacred.
I love how Dan just bundled like 20 callbacks into that. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man, oh man.
Hey, yeah, I need to upgrade the farm though. I gotta.
Upgrade it.
Well, just like all the cobble that I've got around here, that was always been a placeholder. I want to make it something else, but I don't know what to
Right.
do.
Realistically, how much real estate do you think is on this server?
Oh my god, it never ends. Like, why are you worried that you're gonna run out of space?
No, I'm just wondering, do you think like we will ever explore every inch of this place? I'm not saying like depth, but like topographically.
I don't think Minecraft works like that. I think it will just automatically create more and more chunks.
You think there's not like an end of the world?
I don't think so, no. I think it's just the way that the game is made. Procedurally generated. Somebody in chat saying. Some nerd in chat is saying.
Nerd.
I have 25 wikis open. I think you'll find when this was originally written in C++. I'm just joking. It was no. I think he's right though. It is procedurally generated. It's never ending. It would never end. There's no like. It's not a flat Earth or anything like that. You know, like you just keep going and going and going, and it'll.
Oh
just make
no,
more
I
chunks for
have
you.
something that may make you think otherwise.
What's that?
No, I got nothing. I just wanted you to think I was a flat earther for a second.
Wait, you're not?
I'm working on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen that documentary about the guy like the flat
about-
earther one? It's on Netflix.
What's it called?
I can't remember, but it's like it's going around and these guys that are doing all these scientific experiments to like prove it, and they're like, if the Earth is indeed round, these are the results we should see. And then they see the results, and they're like, we're gonna need something to block the heaven energy that's interfering with our results, because you know, it's exactly 15 degrees as it is stated it should be, and we can't have that. So, like,
Oh
yeah,
no.
Do you think they really know, and they're just like playing it up, or do you think they don't know?
There's some clips from it where the one guy like kind of under his breath is like, it's like, he says something to the effect like it does seem like he actually knows it's round, and for whatever reason he's just trying to push this flat Earth stuff. I don't know.
Do you think it's like a case of trying to like see like is it like a social experiment to see if they can like convince people of something like outrageous sort of thing?
Maybe like I don't know what they stand to gain from it other than making money from like a few of the more prominent ones. They have podcasts and things, and
Right.
and you know, they have guests on, and
So
maybe
do you think people would tune into that because they truly believe it, or do you think they tune into it because they just want to like hear what they're going to say next, sort of thing? You know, like.
I mean, I think there's some people that believe it, and the people that run the podcast, maybe they don't truly believe it, but they're like, hey man, I'm making thousands of dollars from this, and I'm gonna get a book deal, so I'll just go with it, maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
see where it goes. Sort of thing, yeah.
What's their
Interesting.
the only thing my only question on that is, when you see a picture of the Earth from space, what's their rebuttal to that?
Well, I think they
they're
think
like-
that all space exploration has been faked, right? That's their
yeah,
thing.
they like NASA is like they're lying. That's kind of one of their things, right? Like,
A photo has never been taken of Earth from space because everything about space has been faked.
yeah, they basically say like, you know, why would you take somebody else's word for it? Like, why should I believe that
Yeah.
it's just because they show me a photo? Like, yeah, anybody can use Photoshop.
Yeah. Except for Scotch, who was trying to use it the other day and was unsuccessful at using the magical crop tool to take his dog out of a scene that the dog was originally taken in a photo. To do what with? I will never know. But
Oh,
I do know he was unsuccessful. Maybe for the best, actually, thinking about it.
He was trying to take his dog out of a scene.
trying to isolate the dog to use in something else, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, why would you ever want to remove a dog from a photo?
Well, I mean,
You know, you don't have to answer it.
maybe we just don't like dogs very much. This pesky dog got in the way of my big photo shoot.
Yeah.
Crop him out of there.
Sips is sly. I'm picking up Sips is like low key sly on just sliding some stuff in. You know, Melf?
Like what?
Like, you know, just little
Yeah,
comments
yeah.
like that can be taken one way or another, but you slide it in a very sly way where we know which way you're taking it.
So for me, the dog stuff is a bit of like a chat in joke, with like on my channel, because I have I wouldn't even say like a very interesting I played GTA 5, okay, the single player on stream a couple of years ago, which I really enjoyed. And I don't know if you've played much GTA 5, either of you.
Yeah, I beat it.
Yep.
But when
Yeah.
you're wandering the streets of San Antonio or whatever the name of the city is, you can steal cars, you can punch people in the face or whatever. And sometimes if you're like in an alley and there's a dog there, you can kick the dogs. Like you're allowed to kick a dog to death in that game, which is a little bit weird, I guess. And maybe I kicked a couple of dogs in my time playing that game. And people seem to get outraged at that, even though this was happening while I was like literally murdering 700 people per minute by driving my car on the sidewalk and stuff. But the thing that they were most outraged at was me kicking a dog in an alley one time. And so my argument to this has always been, well, can you imagine the guy who had to animate all of that? You know, can you imagine a guy working at Rockstar having to go to a meeting with other people and they're like, hey, how's the dog kicking animation coming along? Oh yeah, no, you know, like we just got the sound effects in, the crunching sound that their ribs make when you kick the dog is in. It's very, very satisfying. I'm gonna need like a couple more weeks to really perfect it, but it will definitely be ready for launch. And that's like his whole job. I thought that was kind of sick as well. So I pointed that out, but people are not buying it. They just think I'm a sicko because I kick a dog in a video game.
Were you laughing when you did it?
A little, yeah.
Okay, that
It
made
was
me
it was more like a shock laugh though, because it's kind of weird that you can do that, right?
a little bit, but it's realistic.
You imagine like you're like, hey honey, how was your day? Yeah, pretty good. What'd you get up to all day? Just animating this dog kicking animation again. Been on it for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean?
It's just not
Like,
violent enough, you know. I
It's
don't.
so weird. It's such a
Yeah.
weird thing. Like, I just don't understand why. But I guess maybe for immersion and stuff, if you couldn't do it, you know, people would feel like, oh, how come I can't kick that dog? You know?
Yeah. Poor them. Poor them.
Yeah. But so like, yeah, that's just some thoughts, you know. I haven't thought about it much, obviously. Just just a couple of little takeaways there.
Well, I mean, you watch a lot of these serial killer shows and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of where they start harming animals. So I
Yeah.
don't know, Dan. We might be.
You think I'm a serial killer?
You might become one.
Well, I hope not. I mean, I wasn't planning on. Kind
Well,
of.
does anybody ever really plan on it? Like when I grow up, I want to be a serial killer.
I mean, some of them might, you know. Some of them are really twisted. I've watched documentaries, like, you know, they're
That's true.
He has
It's all about
watched.
environment, though. You know.
not right. I think there's something to be said for the not meaning it in like a funny way, but I feel like serial killers were a lot more active in like the 70s and the 80s because there was just no sort of
DNA.
technology and
Yeah.
DNA and I think it was maybe easier to get away with it for longer back then.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying it never happens now, but I think if it were to happen, I think they'd probably catch the person quicker.
Yeah. Well, I
You know what
mean,
I mean?
even on top of the DNA stuff, there's so much surveillance. Even if it's not like necessarily surveillance like intended as it per se, but it's just like there's cameras and stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
like that episode of Breaking Bad where Hank is at the like convenience store and he's like trying to find footage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then
off
he's
the,
like, "Oh, there's an ATM outside, and they all have cameras and stuff." And he's like, "Yo, I need to get the videotapes from that." And I'm like, "Pog, dude, good job, Hank." But
Hank
also like a
figured it
little
out
minkus.
again. Yeah,
Yeah.
jeez. How does
Because
how does he keep
can
doing
you
it?
imagine the dude that actually has access to ATM cameras? Because that's not a flattering angle.
It's not, no, and also it would just be thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of useless footage as well, right? Like,
Yeah.
I know, like, I used to work at when I used to work at the bank, we had like a motion capture camera at like our offsite, which was kind of like our disaster recovery site.
Mm-hmm.
So it still had bank information that was backed up to it every day. So it was still a secure thing, right? But nobody was there. It was just a big server room with a couple of like desks in case shit hit the fan. So
Yeah.
we had to monitor it somehow. So we had these like motion capture cameras. So instead of there just being thousands of hours of useless footage, these things would just like turn on and start recording when there was motion. But it's not a surefire thing because somebody might be like, what if it's like Dracula and he floats slowly, you know, and doesn't move that much, but is still kind of moving? I don't
Yeah.
think the camera would pick him up. You know what I mean?
I would love to, like, you're
I know.
developing this technology and you're in the boardroom. You're like, guys, what if Dracula?
Well, we need to have some contingency for if it's Dracula, guys.
Yeah.
So there's that. But no, it was interesting though. It made me think about, you know, other surveillances that can happen. So apparently some TVs can like have like cameras in them that are like looking back at you sometimes, which I just thought is kind of weird too, because I don't know who would want to watch me sitting around in my underpants watching sports or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't.
But I mean, that's all the that's the human behavior, right? Like, you
Yeah.
know, how do people act in different scenarios on their own in the privacy of their home?
Yeah.
Right?
So speaking of surveillance, it was this past Saturday morning, and I'm walking out to the driveway,
Right.
and on the way to the driveway, I see something like face down, like right near the car, and it's rather large. I'd say very thick and brown, and
A turd?
no, bigger than that. And as I get closer, it's kind of sad, but
Just a big dookie on the road.
it was
Squirrel?
it was a squirrel, probably like, I mean, it was loaded, but it was like face down and kind of looked like it was flattened. And I'm like, okay, like how does this happen? You just don't see that. Well, I have like a camera on the outside of my house. So I'm like, so I went to the footage and I went just to what you guys said. I'm like, all right, let me see if there's any like footage, you know, because the camera kicks on when there's movement.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any, but what I did find was there was a blood trail. And I followed the blood trail because it was snowing. I could follow the blood trail to the tree, and the tree that's in front of the house is probably like 25 feet tall. And so I think he fell out of the tree and then crawled to the driveway and then just turned into a squirrel pancake. But I was hoping, like, I mean, so then you got a problem, right? Like, how do you dispose of this thing? But number two, like, I wasn't laughing, but I'd be like, could you imagine if that footage would have been captured, you know?
Well, and further to that, Dan, that footage might have changed your life in more ways than one, because you could have probably sold that footage to the Rockstar mocap team, who would have paid a handsome penny, saved them a couple of hours animating dead squirrels and squirrels dying by falling out of a tree. So, man,
so
worth thinking about.
So yeah, so I mean, I figured that could have been useful, but also, like, how would you guys have removed I mean, it was frozen at that point, the frozen body. Like, would you have picked it up with your hands? What would you have done? Because you can't just leave it there.
Yeah,
Shovel.
for
Shovel,
sure.
and then what do you do with it?
Maybe, you know what? Yeah, shovel. I wouldn't even bother with gardening gloves or rubber gloves for that. Because what if the squirrel came back to life and bit you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's like
I'm actually kind of scared of squirrels. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know if I still have it, but there was like this squirrel at my parents' like place. Like it would kind of just like chill around in the backyards in the neighborhood. And I guess like somebody was trying to like hand feed it or whatever. Like it got really used to humans. So I was visiting the one time, and we're just in the backyard, and the squirrel's there, and I'm just like, "Yo, what up, dude?" And then he just like comes up to me, and he crawls up my leg, and then he's just chilling, and he's like on my head, and he's just like, I was like, it was fun and whatnot, but I mean, they got sharp little claws and stuff too.
They do, yeah. I feel like if a squirrel was angry enough at you and would bite into you, that it would just never let go, you know? Like they're bastards like that, I feel like.
Dude, it's like I mean, also like last night when the rat like broke so and so's jaw.
Neville's gigantic jaw, yeah.
Oh, Dan, you're missing out.
Scratches and bites.
Yeah. I asked Sips how it went. I said, wish I could be a part of it, but you know.
I mean, I'm open to like, I think it's like a timing thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to get the times to link up.
This to me is like, for me, this is like easy time. Like this is you can set your watch to this.
The calm before the storm.
Yeah.
Before you get really engaged in are you playing Tarkov today?
Yeah, I'm gonna play Tarkov in a little bit.
Nice.
You full Dadcraft today?
I was thinking like if you're gonna play some Tarkov, I might join you for a couple if you're up for it. But,
Oh yeah.
But if not, I'm happy to just Dadcraft as well. I don't really mind.
Yeah, I did solos yesterday, and you know how that went. So I'm always open.
Yeah, I like I much prefer playing with people in Tarkov now than playing by myself. Has he moved much? Oh, sorry. Hang on.
Chad, this is where we need a little. I don't know if Jay's watching right now, but like I want this to wrap, but I don't want it to look like
I'm back.
like a pyramid. Did you get Donowald?
No, just like a fire alarm testing or whatever. So, I had to mute my mic. Yeah, I'm going to sleep. Sorry, Sid.
Sorry, it was not really a Donowall. My wife brought me some tea, which is very nice. Thank you very much. And also, she's talking to my son's stick insect, who now lives out here as well.
Log.
Because it's nice and warm for him.
What's the insect's name?
Sticky. It's like you know those stick insects, you know, like the one from Bug's Life. It's like very small version of that. Well, he's only just hatched. So the story is my son's teacher gave all of her pupils last year before they finished school a stick insect egg to care for over the summer. So she said, keep it in a safe place. You know, spray some mist, like, you know, water on it every day. Keep it like, you know,
moist.
Keep it moist and stuff. And in a couple of months' time, it might hatch. But don't be upset if it doesn't. So we're like, all right, cool. So my son does this every day, and we're helping him and stuff. Never for 1 minute thinking that this thing was going to hatch. And then the other day, I just get like this bombardment of messages on my phone from my wife with like videos and pictures of like this thing coming out of an egg. She's like freaking out. It was really funny. So now, we had to buy like a little box to put him in, and he's just in there, and he seems fine. But we thought he died the other day because he wasn't moving at all, and he was kind of like on his back. He was he looked super dead. And so I said to my son, like, sorry, we don't really know how to care for these things. It's not their natural environment or whatever. We think it passed away. And he was really upset. So I went downstairs. I look in, and Sticky's just moving around. I was like, well, I think he's not dead now. So he was fine. So we're just like keeping a close eye on him to make sure that he's still not dying.
What does he eat? Leaves or something?
Just leaves, yeah. Just like brambles, apparently, is there.
So like your diet.
A big one for them. Yeah, they just like to eat brambles. So we got to make sure that like there's enough moisture inside his little box, so he doesn't get too dry or dehydrated or whatever. And then we just give him some fresh leaves. I mean, we have a tortoise who just eats that kind of stuff anyway, so we just give him a little bit of, what we were just going to give to the tortoise anyway. who eats like a machine every day. It's insane. And so far so good. We'll see.
Why don't you let them cohabitate and just see what happens with nature?
Well, Terry would eat him for sure.
Maybe that was the intention of.
Maybe that's what nature intended. Sure,
Yeah.
but try to explain that to my son. You know, the laws of nature don't apply when it's, you know, his pets.
Is Terry a
big
snapping
is it?
turtle?
No, he's not even a turtle. He's like a land tortoise. Turtles are water. Tortoises are on land, so he's got like, you know, feet. He doesn't have any teeth. He's just got a beak, very slow, and is expected to live about 100 years. So we have to add him to our will.
Yep.
That's how they go.
I want to do a paludarium. That's
Like a tiny bit, yeah.
What's a paludarium?
it's like half terrarium, half aquarium. So you have like an
that's
area
fancy.
water on the
Yeah, yeah.
bottom, and then on top it's kind of like, I mean, it'll still be wet-ish, but it'll be an area where something can kind of crawl out of, so you can have, you know, things like frogs or different little critters and stuff, and you
Yeah.
could even have fish in the bottom portion if you really wanted. It depends on how large you make it too, or some of them will have flowing water as well.
Yeah.
You get like a little pump and all that, but it takes a bit more work and stuff, and I've never done one, so I'm still sticking to aquariums.
What do you have?
Well, right now I'm getting one set up, like, again, so it doesn't have any fish in it yet.
Oh, for fish. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, but it's just planted, and all the plants are growing in, and then once they're a bit larger, I'm gonna put some gouramis in there, and maybe a few other critters. But
What about piranha?
I've
Yeah.
never done piranha. I don't know how, like, because I like to have the plants and stuff, so some fish are definitely a little more, their behavior, they can dig them up, or, you know, just make a mess. So I don't
What
know if piranhas fall into that category.
What about you, Dan? Do you have any got any pets?
I don't have any pets. We used to have a dog named Frank. He was a like one of those little dogs. He's a Maltipoo. And then when we had our first son, he was like friendly and stuff, but when you have a little baby, they lay on the ground, and then the second my baby would get up, Frank would go, just mark where the baby was. So So we have I have an uncle who has like two of the similar dogs, so he's been adopted by my uncle. But,
fair enough.
but I'm a dog guy. I think you're either a
I'm-
cat person or a dog guy. I mean, you can be both, but I'm partial to dogs.
Yeah, I grew up with a dog. I had a dog. My wife's always kept guinea pigs, so we've had guinea pigs in the past. Like, we don't have a dog now. Like, kids are small and they're a lot of work, sort of thing. But it's not to say we'd never get a dog. But yeah, we've always seemed to have lots of pets somehow. I don't know. Like, we've always got some form of pet on the go. Like, we got Terry like a couple of years ago, and he's been pretty good. And now we have the stick insect to look after as well, which is kind of weird, but good. I can't tell if he's doing okay. You know what I mean? They don't give much away. They don't do much.
Time to get some books.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great entry point into like terrariums and stuff.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. I just don't know like how much I want to like keep bugs. Like a huge fan of bugs.
What about
I think a
ants?
stick insect is a little bit different. Sorry, Sticky. Sticky can hear. just dissing him big time. Plain view. Oh my gosh. Hey, by the way, this excavation, you guys aren't going to believe this. You have to come back to the dome soon.
You want me to come now, or?
Well, whenever you're ready, but
Okay. I mean, right. I'm doing some
just
random
open your eyes
design
and
stuff,
prepare
so-
for big surprise. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know, chat.
I don't see how Terry can still be hungry, honestly. He's had so much food. He's like Yoshi.
I mean, he's very muscular.
He's never satisfied.
I know.
He's cute though. Oh man.
Mm.
Hey, sorry guys,
Yeah.
I had some dad stuff on the phone.
Oh, no
nice.
worries.
I
Everything
missed the
okay?
pet. Yeah, everything. I missed the pet stuff though. So you said you used to have a dog or guinea pigs? I heard guinea pigs.
Yeah. No, we had a family dog when I was growing up. And,
Was it a sheepdog?
It was a Jack Russell Terrier.
Ooh, they have a lot of energy.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. He was good actually. He was good fun. He was a really good good family dog.
Don't send that to Dumb
like
Dog.
really gentle and had a good personality and stuff. Everybody really liked him. Nobody really kicked him much or anything, so that was good. And he lived until he was like 18 or something. So
Oh, wow.
he did really good.
Wait, what
And-
happened after 18?
Well, he died.
But like,
We had to put him down in the end.
were you
He
there?
had, cancer and all sorts of stuff. No, my parents. He lived with my parents out west in BC when they moved out there. But
Did
he was like,
Did you fly to
it
go
was
say
like a
goodbye?
long time coming sort of thing. Like like he was just like not in good shape. He couldn't really get up the stairs anymore and stuff. He was like, even though he was like perfectly toilet trained and stuff. He was having accidents all the time. Like he was just just getting old.
Did you fly to say goodbye?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you must have really loved him then.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's nice, Sips.
Well, he would have wanted me to save my money, That's what they say. That's what people say to make themselves feel better. But, yeah.
Did you like FaceTime to say goodbye, or was this before FaceTime?
This is kind of before FaceTime, yeah. It wasn't really.
Were you college Sips? So like you didn't care. You're like, okay.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. Like I wasn't like I cared. I was sad. Like I was sad, but like I hadn't lived with them and therefore him for like years. So you know what I mean? It was like it was more like out of sight, out of mind sort of.
Yeah,
thing,
like you didn't care.
Yeah.
Just
Fantasizing about just giving them a little kick and stuff, as you do. No, I mean I cared enough, but like I wasn't like devastated or anything. Like,
Can someone please Photoshop Sips in the place of a American football punter, and instead of the football is a Jack Russell Terrier?
I'm sure it's been done. This is a whole long ordeal with me and my chat for a long time. Still going, really. Have you guys ever kept like guinea pigs or anything before?
Hamsters.
Yeah, I've had a hamster.
Good fun. Well, they can be anyway. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I have a terrible. My story is bad though.
About a hamster?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Mine was noticeably sick on Christmas Eve. I was like 8. I was 8 years old.
Why are you laughing at that?
Cause he's a monster. You know?
Because did you like put him in the chimney or something so Santa would make him feel better?
No, so
the
it was
hell,
Christmas
Dan?
Eve, and he was noticeably
hell?
sick. So I took his cage, I put it on the ground, I got a sleeping bag, and I slept next to him. And when I woke up, he was dead.
Had you like rolled over onto him or something?
He
by
was in his
accident?
cage.
Oh, okay. That is sad, actually. I
Yeah,
mean,
real
it
funny.
sucks-
Yeah, real.
Sucks to lose a pet, doesn't it? Man,
Yeah, on Christmas Day,
on Christmas Day.
an 8-year-old kid. You know.
I,
So yeah,
I
that
laughed to
was the
cover.
last hamster I've ever owned.
You can laugh at me, Mel, if you want to hear my hamster story.
No, I won't laugh because
So
I'm not a serial killer.
Story involves a hamster and a toilet paper tube and a lighter and a 65-year-old man. That's
And a potato gun.
potato gun.
No. So I had a hamster when I was in probably like 2nd grade called Max. And Max was the best, you know, but we didn't have a cage for him. We had like an aquarium with a plastic lid. And then back in the 80s, like on the plastic lid there were these holes. I don't know if you guys remember. And there were these like maze yellow tubes. You could, you know, the hamster could climb in and around. You guys remember those or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or something similar to, yeah, I don't.
So we had those, and anyways, one day I go into my room and I walk into my room. That's where Max's aquarium was, and I just started screaming. And I'll never forget it. It's burned in my head. Max tried to escape, so he climbed on top of his hamster wheel, jumped up, and lifted up the plastic cover on the aquarium and made it out, but then the plastic cover came down on his head. So he was like, imagine like, you know how a dog begs? Imagine walking into a hamster with like dead black eyes looking at you with a plastic top on its head. And that's why I laugh at the hamster thing, because it still hurts to this day.
God damn.
So you laugh
Sorry to
at
hear
my
that.
pain to make your pain feel better.
Yes. Because at least you got a night, at least you got a final night with your hamster, you know?
So I mean, yeah, he's crapping his guts out all night long, and I'm sitting there just at ground level getting a.
But isn't it funny, like the stuff, like you don't remember everything from being a kid, but you remember like the traumatizing stuff.
Yeah,
Well, I think that
weirdly,
goes for
yeah.
most people, right? It's like your triumphs and stuff. Maybe you kind of remember here and there, but it's the failures that really stick with you.
Did we have we talked about? Oh no, you know what? I don't think we have talked about this. When you were a kid and you went to the school dance, what was the best slow dance song that you can remember? And what is your top ranked ultimate slow dance song?
I mean, middle school is "I'll Make Love to You" by the Boys to Men. I mean, that's like,
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I mean, you hear that. I mean, you're going out on the dance floor to, you know, it's an easy ask.
Get busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Did you guys go to school dances?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a couple. Yeah, I wasn't like a fan.
No, I
Particularly.
wasn't a fan particularly either, but I did go to them. They were okay.
Did you dance?
My-
Sips?
Not like, you know, like I didn't dance to like I Got the Power and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
the fast stuff. But yeah, you know, like you kind of like when the slow, especially the final dance, you know, the last slow song. The last song was always a slow song, right? And that was like the last song. You know, you kind of like.
That's when you got to shoot your shot.
That's exactly it,
Yeah.
Dan. You're exactly right.
Do you remember
So,
the first person you ever danced with? Like, did you ask them and they were like, were you nervous?
No, the first person I ever danced with, they asked me actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
How
Saved-
silly of me.
Saved me the hassle. It was really good. I remember it.
what was their
I do
name?
remember it. I don't know if I can say what
Just
she's
the first,
watching
just the
right
first
now.
name. First name.
Her first name was Allison.
Allison. Did you like Allison at the time, or was it like you hadn't?
No, I not really. Like, I mean, like she, like I liked her, like as a person. Yeah, she was nice, but like, no, I wasn't like, I didn't like have a crush on her or anything like that.
Why do
know?
you think she asked you to dance?
I don't know. Maybe she just like ran out of options and needed to just have a dance or something. I have no idea.
What song was it? You remember?
I do remember. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
There's a long one as well. Think of slow dances and think of very long slow dances. See if you can guess.
Titanic song.
No, come on. That came out in the 90s. We're talking 80s here, like late 80s. It was Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean,
I never would have guessed that.
It gets
Yeah.
faster at the end too, right? So it's like the dance becomes a little bit awkward and intense. But yeah.
I thought that-
How's that a slow dance, man? It's- For like, okay, of the like 12 minutes that song goes on for, I'd say at least 9 of them are pretty slow. No? It doesn't,
Oh yeah. It's a slow start, and then yeah,
it
but
ramps
it does,
up near the end. Yeah.
It hits.
So you slow dance for a 10-minute song as your first one? It's like a marathon.
I know.
And then what did you do at the end of the dance? Did you say thank you, milady, and then tipped your hat?
No, I
Your-
don't even think I did.
your
I think
Yankees hat?
It was tremendously awkward.
What does your
Back
wife
then.
think about Allison? Are we allowed to talk about Allison?
I mean, I don't think I've ever mentioned it. It's like one of those things that's just like not even really worth mentioning, I guess. You know, like I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll tell her about Allison and see what she says.
Did anything transpire with Allison after?
The
Like,
last time I saw Allison was in 1988. I mean,
did you sit
very
by her in
relevant.
class the next day or anything like that, or was that just kind of
well, did I? I don't know. No, because it wasn't like you didn't like back then. You didn't really. You weren't quite at the stage where you had mixed groups of friends, right? Like I don't remember having, like guys hung out with guys and girls hung out with girls. Like it was just the way it was when you were like 9 years old. You know, it's just how it worked out. I remember the year. No, roughly. I don't know if it was exactly 1998, Chad. I'm sorry.
Stairway to Heaven? Malf, do you remember do you remember your first slow dance, or did you?
I mean, I remember slow dances. I honestly am fuzzy on which would have been the first, but like I have never been one for like I'll dance, do like a shuffle by myself in a store or something, but like when it comes to like dancing with a person, I don't do that. So
No.
but I mean, like I did a few. It was kind of one of those things. Like even as a kid, I was like, it's like I don't want to do this. I should ask somebody that It's like
Yeah.
You didn't feel compelled
just-
to, but
just do it. You'd go because you go into the dances too. Everybody would go. I didn't go to every single one of them, but when I did, the girls were on the one half, the guys were on the other half.
Yeah.
and I'm
It
just
was
like,
very like I think Saved by the Bell kind of captured the whole thing perfectly, right? Like with the way that they depicted school dances, it was very much like that, right? Or to me anyway. I
Yeah,
don't know
and
if
then
you guys
like
agree.
yeah. Kelly
What
Kapowski.
about you, Dan? What was your first slow dance and with who?
So it's a little bit different for me, and it's a little bit early, but I think the first thing I remember like that, and it was a big deal. I was in grade school. I might have been in like 2nd or 3rd grade, and
Right.
they had a
How old would you have been in 2nd, 3rd grade? Like what, 8, 9?
Yeah,
maybe?
7 or 8, but it wasn't a dance. It was the school would rent the local roller skating rink. And so at the last song, you would roller skate with someone and hold hands. And that's what I remember doing, like roller skating. But I was
Roller skating.
super young, but I remember like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
liked
yeah.
this girl a lot. And then I used to get like, she danced or she skated with me and then another guy. And then I would notice in school she was using the other guy's pencils. And then so I just kind of thought it was like over from there, you know?
That's bullshit.
So, because he had really unique pencils. They didn't have erasers on them. They were like
Did
green.
he have incredible penmanship as well?
No, I just knew that they weren't her pencils. Like she was using his pencils, and I'm like, okay.
Right.
So,
Oh my god, I can't believe what I've achieved here today. You guys will not believe this.
I think I'm gonna head home. I've been spending a lot of time.
it's-
on
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna come over. Yeah, I've been upgrading some of the farm, but I'll sleep and then I'll find my way over.
All right.
Do you need any? Should I bring any like foodstuffs? Any supplies?
Yeah, I mean, we can always use food if you're up for harvesting a bunch.
Yeah, I'll harvest some.
If only I had haste too. Well, chat. Yeah, if only.
Oh yeah, I still gotta do the name tag. Hold on, chat.
Trying to think, like, what do you think dances are like nowadays? Do they still, I mean, when like things go back to normal, do you think like they still do dances, right?
You know what I think they're like now? I'm pretty sure I saw like a video. I think you know what it is? It's a quiet room with people standing a meter apart from each other in their own safe space with their iPods or their phones and headphones on to the volume that they're most comfortable with, and they just vibe in place.
Really?
In a room with.
Are you memeing or is this for real?
What it's like now, yeah.
Do they have a shared playlist on Spotify or something?
Probably not even, no, because everybody's just like so sensitive now. They have to like listen to their own music, or you know, they'll get anxiety or something.
Are you
What's your
are you
guys'
memeing?
Am I memeing?
No, like
no,
that's
well, partly, I guess, but like I'm pretty sure I've seen this happen before.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what's your take on, like, I'll see people or like kids hanging out.
Okay, boomer. my chat's calling me a boomer now. Maybe
So
I
it
am,
must
I
be
don't know.
true then.
I guess
If
maybe that's not a good take on modern dances. I don't know. What
I'll
are they
see-
like now?
Well, I'll see, like, you know, kids kind of hanging out sometimes, and they've, you know, got earbuds in, or like they'll have one earbud in, and like they're listening to music, or also like just being with friends. I feel like that's weird to me.
Yeah.
It's like you're hanging out with your friends, or you're listening to music, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a bit weird. So are dances just the same as they've always been then, chat? What? You get in there and they play Don't Cry by Guns N' Roses, and everybody scrambles around to try to find something to dance with, and then that's it? Is it still like that? Yeah, they are the same. It's still like that, apparently. There you go.
Okay, so where did you get that tapestry from? And Sips?
What?
Your tapestry
I don't
of
know.
like
I think I saw a video recently of like what is it, like a silent concert or dance or something, and it was just that. It was like the weirdest thing I'd ever seen, but it wasn't like from somebody who was listening to music's perspective. It was like being a silent disco is what it's called. Look it up on YouTube, see if you can find some footage.
Is it like
very odd.
like
I thought that they were more common than they apparently aren't. I don't know.
Is it like those kids dancing under the viaduct with the really baggy jeans?
Jinkos?
Yes. That's one of my favorite internet videos of all time.
I don't know if I've ever seen
Oh, I'm gonna have to find it and drop it in the Discord for you, Sips. It is legend. You know, I have to do it right now. Malf, what do you think the title of that video is?
I've not seen it either. I don't know.
You knew the
they're
jeans,
under
though.
a bridge with Jinkos dancing.
Industrial viaduct dancing. Let me see if I can.
Hardstyle dancing.
Is it a
goth
day or
rave.
night?
It's there. It is. It's cyber goth dance party. 14 million views. Here you go. Don't
But
play
wait,
this.
does it have DMCA music?
Don't play it on your stream.
Okay,
But you
I'll
can
watch it after.
Yeah,
then.
but you can watch it if you watch it muted. That the purpose is served. You know what I mean? Like if you really wanted to watch
get
it.
on my
Yeah.
train ride, and I'll watch it muted while I'm.
And this thing has been memed because like you can do it to. I'll show it real
I
quick.
have
Yeah,
seen
you can see it
this.
to like a
Wait,
bunch
okay,
of
hang on a
different
second, I gotta see
dances
this.
or different music.
I don't know if I have seen this. Hang on.
I have seen this. Have you seen the dancing Viking?
I have not.
Oh, chat, can you link them to that? It's like they're like, I don't know, it's like a parade or they're marching, and it's just like this ripped Viking looking dude, like he could be in a God of War game, and he's like kind of like doing the robot dancing as he's walking. It's intimidating. Techno Viking. Yeah, if you Google Techno Viking, it'll come up.
You guys have ever problem
Cybergoth-
playing YouTube videos?
Cybergoth dance party. Is this what dances are like now, chat? Is this what it's like?
Look at those. Look at that arm action.
So
Man, that guy's really getting into it.
Look at the respirator. That's
This is exactly what it's like.
he's prepared. See that guy, the guy with the respirator in that video? He's bragging now. He's like, see, I knew.
But like,
The
so
guy
you,
in the respirator's got the moves, eh?
Yeah.
Let's go.
but you can watch that. There's like a ton of memes to that video, like dancing to any kind of music. It's like beat perfect.
Right. What's up
with
with the guy with the blood all over his
Yeah.
shirt? Yeah.
I don't know. There's
Is that just the look?
there's a lot of depth to that video. I don't.
He
Is that like
accidentally
a
punctured
cosplay
his
or something?
jugular shaving.
Huh.
Oh wow.
No, I'm not on
No, he just
5G
came
yet,
from
but
a
I
pie
need
eating
to.
contest.
He's got the fucking tassels on his jeans and everything. That's awesome.
So what did you, Sips? You wanted me to look at something new? Take Melf's train. You said there's something new at Melf's
yeah.
train or Melf's
So
farm.
I just got at the
There's a
dome.
Christmas version,
Is it
apparently.
outside or inside?
Thanks for the video, by the way, Dan. That
You're
was
welcome.
Really good. Quite the insight into modern dancing.
How do we get in? Oh, we got to go into the dome.
Oh, you don't have to go in. Look, it's just this whole area outside. Look at it. Look at outside the dome.
Oh
Oh,
snap! You've been working.
Yeah.
I want to go look at the map and see what it looks like now.
You'll have to knock the map out of the placeholder and put it back on for it to update.
Okay.
This is impressive. Oh yeah, there's I see the roof of the station there.
Yeah, it's just like delicately poking through. I should be able to avoid like having to touch the station at all.
Mm-hmm.
Should be good.
Dude,
Oh.
it's gonna be sweet.
I forgot to tell you guys. So I brought up the bread maker at home,
And
and it wasn't even a difficult sell at all. It was like,
Really?
yeah, I approach it economically, and then nutritionally, and then organically, and there's like, she's like, yeah, let's
I
let's
love
get
that
one.
you had a battle plan for all this. Like,
I'm just, if you're adding an appliance to the mix, like you can't just add
you gotta
appliances.
do your homework, right?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, but I got it cleared.
Nice. So like one day, like a rainy day, you guys aren't sure what to do or whatever. Get down to Sears and buy like a bread maker. Boom.
Sears is
No.
lol. Man, you remember the Sears catalog though? As a
Yeah.
kid?
Yeah.
Like the Christmas one especially.
Yes.
Yes.
Sure do.
Yeah, I've got one of my Twitch like rules panels or something. It's
Right.
like one of the rules is like no porn, like go check a Sears catalog or something.
Wait, what happened to Sears? It's gone.
It's gone, dude.
What happened?
What happened
what
is
about the
like
Bay
a
and
lot
Eaton's?
of
That's
boomer
the-
businesses, it's adapt or die.
And they just didn't. Like
Yeah.
Blockbuster Video.
Like
There's
They
one
thought
Blockbuster
they thought
Video in
Netflix was
Oregon.
gonna fail.
There's one left in Oregon.
is there?
They have an
Blockbuster Video.
Instagram account. Yeah. They're still operating and making money, I think.
That's
That's the capacity. That's what the world is willing to tolerate.
One
Blockbuster. That's all they got the capacity for.
Did you guys know of a store called Service Merchandise? Did you ever hear about that store?
Nope.
no.
It's like a Sears, but basically you walk in the store and it's like an empty space, and they just have a catalog, and then you
Right.
take a piece of paper, you give it to the cashier, and then they got
Oh,
your
yeah.
item and they put it on a conveyor belt. So they
Yeah, we used to have a store like that called Consumers Distributing. It
Oh.
was like that. And over here they have Argos, which is like that as well.
Is Argos still operational?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like you get a catalog and you just choose what you want from the catalog, and you go up to the booth and you order it, and then they just go to the back room and get it for you.
Wait, there's no conveyor belt?
No, you know what? I don't think there's a conveyor belt. It depends on the store. Maybe some do have the conveyor belts. You mean like those rollers like they have at the beer store?
Yeah.
Those kind of things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure most warehouses feature those in some capacity, right?
Hey, Melf, what the heck? At the end of your station, there's no stairs.
Yeah, sorry, go kind of I'll come down to
Is this a
to-
dead horse?
No, don't touch that bone meal. I gotta name him.
What is
Rav's
it?
gifted me. Rav's gifted me. He fought like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse or
Yeah,
something.
Ravs is like breeding undead horses at his base.
So
Are
I
you
gotta
sure
give
this
him
isn't-
He's also building an above ground sex dungeon apparently, which
Are
seems
you
weird.
sure this isn't
There's
modded?
chains and-
This is not modded.
With
no.
undead horses? Yo.
So okay, so it's look at it from this side. It's not done quite yet on like I gotta extend the path, but like this is a good angle right
Yo,
here.
what stone is this? Purple stone?
This black stone.
You get it in the nether.
That's very. This feels very cozy. Is this poutine here?
Yeah. No, this is gonna be I don't have the name just yet, but this
There's
is
a-
the inn
Call
where the
it something like-
Blackstone Society meets here.
Right. You should call it something very like traditional, like the cock and whistle or something like that.
Ah.
Like the speckled hen.
There's a
The-
smokestack.
The duck on the green.
You just basically take a couple animals or like an animal and some other object, like you know.
How did you get that thing to smoke?
So you can make campfires, and they actually they produce smoke.
Oh, we got beds real quick. I don't want to.
I have a bed. I actually gotta make some all for the inn itself. So here, wait. Actually, oh wait, hold on. I can make one. I think I've got extra wool. Yes. Okay, give me 1 second. 2, 3. Planks.
No sleep.
Bed.
No
I
sleep.
just
I'm
yeah,
waiting for a
I gotta
bed.
make Dan
Sleep.
a bed. Okay, there's a bed, and then ooh, this is a nice bed. Just come in here for now, Dan.
God, I never go in someone's house uninvited.
Oh, this is not a house though. This is just a workshop. Yeah, actually, I gotta do the in bedrooms, so then this is no longer an issue.
Yeah, I want to get the tour.
Guys, we
Yeah,
need
I'll
to sleep
we're
really
in bed.
quick.
We're in
Yeah.
bed.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Sips.
All right, I'm in bed now too.
What's a calling you a name in British slang that's not super offensive?
I'd say like probably a less offensive thing is just like calling someone a twat or like
That's
I know
that's
that's a
too
bit more-
PG-13 for Dan.
it's a little bit more offensive in North America, but it's fairly common over here. Like, or what about like a numpty? You could call somebody a numpty.
What the
That's
heck's a
kinda
numpt?
like a wally. You could call somebody a wally.
Wally, is that like a fish? Oh, like a walleye?
Yo,
a walleye?
No,
look.
no, just like a wally. A knobhead. That's a little bit.